I think the climate scam is probably more damaging in terms of being the biggest fraud in the history of man. Hillary Clinton and people around here, Hillary Clinton and people around her, they're always up to something. And one of Hillary Clinton's top allies from her days in the Clinton administration is John Podesta. And Podesta was hired most recently by the Biden administration to work on doling out and coordinating the spending associated with the green energy climate scam monies that were in the Inflation Reduction Act, the misnamed Inflation Reduction Act, which has been called the largest green slush fund in American history. So we had and Podesta goes back to the Hillary Clinton years, or the Bill Clinton years, administration, where she helped Hillary Clinton avoid prosecution and scandal in the travel office affair. And we've got some detail on that on our website. We'll provide a link to it. And so Podesta also just was assigned, so very influential position. And Podesta was also assigned to replace John Kerry. And John Kerry was the climate envoy. So I'm not sure if he's still managing the spending. But he's in a primo position, obviously, within the Biden administration, or the Biden-Harris administration now. I don't even think we should call it the Biden-Harris administration, the administration, because I don't know who's running it. Biden's out of it. Someone like Podesta is probably effectively running his little fiefdom there because there's no one watching the store. All the more reason for our FOIA lawsuit that we just filed to figure out what he's up to be pushed harder. And John Podesta, so you know, was also on the outside an influential figure. And back in 2016, he ran wargaming scenarios where the left would engage in civil war if Trump, quote, won the election. I mean, this is how much of an extremist he is. That wasn't investigated by the grand jury. I know the prosecutors weren't interested in that. You know why? Because I told them about it. I said, why aren't you investigating this? Isn't that unlawful too, to threaten or plan for a civil war? And John Podesta is the brother of Tony Podesta, a well-connected lobbyist who has interest in the energy sector. And so when Biden banned liquefied natural gas exports, I think that's Tony Podesta, according to reports, was in a position to benefit. And so the question is, was that policy the result of some insider influence? Now, do I know it was? No. But as the Washington Free Beacon said, John Podesta's brother Tony could reap the benefits as a longtime lobbyist for foreign liquefied natural gas companies, including one founded by a Russian energy oligarch. It's no secret that John Podesta is the person behind this moratorium. Congress should take a very hard look at the fact that his own brother stands to financially benefit from a restriction on U.S. liquefied natural gas on the global market, whether it be from his past work with the Qataris or current reported work with Russian-backed entities with an interest in liquefied natural gas. As I say, simply put, John Podesta and the Biden-Harris administration can't be trusted. I mean, we asked for documents about this whole issue. Communications with his brother, their lobbyist operation. So if there's a conflict, we ask for documents about it. I think we asked, who we asked? The Department of Energy. And they didn't give us anything. They're just giving us the runaround. That the Biden-Harris Energy Department, and I put energy in quotes because I don't think there should be an energy department, is hiding documents in violation of FOIA about John Podesta. It's all you need to know. So, I mean, one of the worst scams, I don't know what's more damaging. I think the climate scam is probably more damaging in terms of being the biggest fraud in the history of man than even COVID was. I mean, COVID, at least, you know, it was a disease. I mean, you got sick. So there was that truth. And if you were susceptible to that illness, you would die potentially. So yeah, it was actually out there. Climate scam and the policies associated with it are purely the result of special interest lobbying, leftist goals to increase government power, and just naked rent seeking and gaining subsidies from the taxpayer. So as this whole issue points out, when you start banning the export of certain energy products, such as liquefied natural gas, for whatever reason, the left always has a reason to suppress our energy production. There's always something they're trying to do, climate scam or variations on the theme. There's usually someone who's happily benefiting from the change and the restriction in government policy. And that's what we're doing here. And it's just one lawsuit. There could be an entire Judicial Watch devoted to exposing the corruption behind the climate scam. And I can tell you, the left is obsessed with our modest work on this issue. If you go to the left-wing website Wikipedia, which basically has, you know, especially in matters of controversy, or people like me, conservative leaders, the left controls the description. So you'll see a description of me that you won't recognize. But you'll notice like a hyper focus on the fact that I've questioned the climate scam. And it's always surprising because we don't do as I would always like to do more. You know, at Judicial Watch, I always want to do more, right? I want to do more and better. Let's see, maybe, they pulled it up. Where's the climate scam line? Climate change, look at that entire paragraph. Because we asked for documents. It's ridiculous. Fitton rejects the scientific consensus on climate change. So the left always quotes that in critiquing me online. And I'm like, that's the most important thing I've said? To me, it's just straightforward. I think it's just interesting. I don't want to overstate it. So this modest work makes the left very nervous, asking the basis for destroying our liquefied natural gas industry. And what I think is interesting is how Hillary, or friends of Hillary, are still kind of showing up like a bad penny in our nation's political life. I mean, John Podesta's 75 and he's still kicking. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like our video down below.